One of my favorite places to visit in the entire southwest Michigan area is definitely the Harbor Country area. We're going to find out about that next on Travel Michigan. Right, Michelle?
Yeah, absolutely. We're talking with Vicki Gudas, Executive Director of the Harbor Country Chamber of Commerce. And Vicki, you know, obviously that part of the state is well known as a summer destination, but even though the temperatures are dropping, you guys still have a lot going on down there.
We do, and our southwestern location makes it even better for fall colors. Most of it starts up north and it moves on down. So right now we're in full bloom, and it's a beautiful place to visit for all of your pumpkin gathering and even taking a paddle down the river. It's still warm enough to do that.
You know, we should probably describe what Harbor Country really is, because I think a lot of people might think it's, you know, just New Buffalo, but it's even more than that beautiful little town.
It is. It's a collection of 8 quaint small towns, 7 of which are along the lake, and 3 Oaks, which is inland. And each town has its own character and flavor. New Buffalo is our biggest town, but Sawyer is certainly coming on. A lot of excitement in the downtown area. Union Pier is a little bit more laid back. That's where a lot of our bed and breakfasts are located, and a lot of vacation rentals. 3 Oaks is our sort of our cultural mecca with the Acorn Theater and the Vickers Theater, and a very old-fashioned kind of Main Street downtown area.
Well, let's talk about 3 Oaks just for a second, because it really is. It's such a cool little place. It's just a teeny little place, but to have 2 theaters there is pretty strange, pretty unique.
Yes, and one of the theaters is located in the historic Featherbone Factory, which is also now the home to Journeyman Distillery, which just celebrated its first year in operation, and they are producing some wonderful bourbons, whiskeys, and all sorts of organic spirits. And so it becomes a really nice combination for a night out for dinner. You can eat at Journeyman, you can have a couple of cocktails, and then slip over to either the Acorn or the Vickers for some entertainment.
And you know, whenever I'm in the area, I always stop at Sawyer because they've got Greenbush Brewing Company, which is growing. I think they've just celebrated their 1 year as well.
Exactly, yeah. And ready to expand for the 3rd time.
Is Sawyer where they have that really neat, I guess I'll call it like a farmer's market, but it's, I don't know what you'd...
Yep, the Sawyer Home and Garden Center is kind of like an indoor farmer's market with a lot more. They sell furniture, they sell all sorts of Michigan food products. Some people have called it sort of a mini Whole Foods. Mm-hmm. And, of course, in between them is Fitzgerald's, which is a really, really popular restaurant here.
Of course, the art scene in the Harbor Country area is quite nice.
It is. We've got tons and tons of galleries and lots of antiques, which are mostly located along Red Arrow Highway between Union Pier, Lakeside, Harbor, and Sawyer, our coastal towns. And so a lot of people like to go from one antique dealer to another looking for those special treasures. And especially around holiday gift time, those are very popular places to go.
Of course, this is that time of the year that people might want to start their, or maybe even they're continuing their holiday shopping, and you have plenty of kind of unique places to visit.
Right, and as I'm sure a lot of the other small towns in Michigan, we will be celebrating Small Business Saturday on November 24th. A lot of our boutiques and stores and galleries will have lots of specials. And on that day, we also have the New Buffalo Holiday Parade, which is our kickoff to the holiday season and comes complete with breakfast with Santa and a parade. And so that brings a lot of people in. Again, we have a huge second homeowner population here, so they do love to spend Thanksgiving holiday out more in the country area.
You know, I was just thinking the other day that I think it was 2 or 3 years ago this week, I was learning to surf in Lake Michigan in Harbor Country. Mm-hmm. It's a kind of unique opportunity. The Third Coast Surf Shop is in New Buffalo. Can you tell us about what they do there and how you can enjoy their services?
Sure. They actually have relocated back to their original location right in downtown New Buffalo, so it's very convenient for them to shuttle people to the beach or to the Galeen River. Most of the surfing is done on, of course, Lake Michigan, and actually winter is the prime time to do that.
Isn't that strange?
Yeah, and they will provide lessons for you. They will outfit you. They've got surfboards that you can use. And if you watch them on Facebook, they're out there already. They're posting all the time, about the conditions and where the best waves are.
Now, do they handle like kayaking as well, or just the stand-up boarding as well?
They do kayaking and stand-up paddleboarding, and as I mentioned earlier, this is a beautiful time of the year to take a cruise down the Galeen River in a kayak specifically, because there's a lot of birding activity, and of course the fall colors are gorgeous. And the Galeen is a nice, slow-moving river, so it's perfect for, amateurs and experienced paddlers as well.
I tried stand-up paddleboarding for the first time a little while ago, and it is a workout. Mm-hmm. You can see some great things and get a pretty good workout.
Yeah.
Well, I found it easier than surfing.
And I'm sure you'd find it easier than surfing in winter.
Yeah, that's true. Well, the interesting thing about it is this is the kind of the best time is just right now and into the next month or so. To learn how to surf, and people are shocked by that. But you're in a wetsuit, and once you get over the kind of cold feet, cold hands thing, you don't want to come out of the water because it's warmer in the water than it is in the air.
That's right. Yeah.
And
if it's a sunny day, that's just even better.
Isn't that true?
So for those of us who aren't so into extreme sports and cold water, it sounds like there's some great, in addition to the antiques, some great little shops and boutiques that folks can experience in Harbor Country.
Yes, we actually have, as I mentioned, in Three Oaks, there's a main street with lots of different galleries. And in New Buffalo, we've got quite a few apparel shops, more galleries, art and antique dealers. So they abound all over the place.
Well, we were talking about the Traverse region, the Leelanau Peninsula area for wines earlier in the program, but that whole southwest section of the Lower Peninsula offers a pretty good wine experience and a wine trail.
Yes, and in addition to the wine trail, right in Harbor Country, we now have 3 tasting rooms, Round Barn Winery, St. Julian Winery, and Warner Vineyards has moved from Pawpaw, opened up a tasting room right in downtown New Buffalo. And, of course, just like the breweries, they're always experimenting and coming out with new products. So I personally am eager to try the new Round Barn. It's a black walnut cream, so it's sort of like a Bailey's. And that's perfect for winter, I'm thinking, winter sipping.
Well, it really is a great place to visit, whether you want to do some shopping, maybe head to the beach. Might want to check out some of the U-Pick farm operations, both the wilderness and kind of more the city hiking and biking trail opportunities. Mm-hmm. Biking through the kind of the Three Oaks area is a fun thing. Is the bike shop still there?
Yes, there's a bike shop in Three Oaks. The Dewey Cannon Trading Company.
Yeah, it's really
they're
great.
Also the sponsors of the Apple Cider Century, which we just concluded in September. We had 6,000 bikers take to the roads.
Fantastic. Well, it really is a cool place, too. The whole New Buffalo Harbor Country area is great. Check it out. For more information, go to harborcountry.org. Of course, Michelle, we have lots of events happening in the state right now.
We absolutely do, and one of them is that Willy Wonka is coming to the Midland Center for the Arts November 2nd through the 4th. They're going to have Charlie Bucket, Grandpa Joe, Augustus Gloop, and Violet Beauregard, and all your favorite characters from this classic story on stage. And you're going to take a weird and wonderful family adventure in Marquette, November 2nd through 3rd at the Marquette Regional History Center. If you ever wondered if exhibits come to life after dark, you can bring your flashlight to the History Center for their first After Dark adventure. Shipshewana on the Road comes to Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort, November 3rd through the 4th. And you can learn about genealogy at the Monroe County Historical Museum and the George A. Custer exhibits on November 3rd in Monroe. You've got the Christmas Boutique Arts and Crafts Show at Kalamazoo County Expo Center and Fairground on November 3rd. We're hearing more and more Christmas stuff. And Blue Man Group comes to the Lake Michigan College Mendel Center main stage in Benton Harbor, October 29th and 30th. And finally, we've got Holidays on Drummond Island, November 3rd. Enjoy local arts and crafts and all sorts of activities that day. So there's a lot of things going on, as there always is, across the state, and you can find out all about this and more at michigan.org.
Yeah, that whole Blue Man Group is just plain weird. Have you ever seen their show?
I have not, but I heard
really
it's good.
It really is good. Hard to describe, but a lot of fun, and recommend you check that out sometime soon. Well, speaking of checking things out, we're going to find out what's happening at the East Lansing Film Festival next, right here on Travel Michigan, where your trip begins at michigan.org.